The field of asset management, intricately complex and often bewildering, holds a profound allure for many aspiring professionals. After all, it is an industry known to transform individuals into billionaires and transfigure mere mortals into undisputed masters of Wall Street. In essence, it has become the latest tour de force of global finance. Nevertheless, the seemingly glittering world of asset management is not without its share of darkness, as illuminated by the recent controversies surrounding one of its largest players, Huarong Asset Management. Emerging from the ashes of the late 90s Asian financial crisis, Huarong Asset Management was crafted by the Chinese government. Its purpose was clear-cut: to absolve state-owned banks of their non-performing loans. From an outsider's perspective, Huarong seemed an unshakable titan, its roots entrenched deep within the financial system. However, beneath this formidable facade lay a tumultuous reality rife with profound complications. Huarong indeed became synonymous with one of the most astounding financial debacles China has ever witnessed, managing to seize the world's attention through its financial struggles and scandal-laden revelations. Huarong Asset Management was established in the aftermath of the Asian financial crisis in 1999 as one of 4 asset management companies by the Chinese government. Its primary purpose was to purchase non-performing loans from China's largest state-owned banks and help address the crippling debt problem plaguing the nation's financial system. Under the stewardship of Lai Xiaomin, the company embarked on a journey of rapid expansion. Lai was a dynamic figure who saw an opportunity to diversify the company beyond its original mandate. Under his leadership, Huarong transformed from a distressed asset manager into a colossal financial conglomerate with a focus on investment banking, securities, trusts, and other financial services. By the end of 2017, Huarong's assets had swelled to over 1.87 trillion CNY, approximately $290 billion. Huarong's rise wasn't solely based on its domestic performance. The company made significant strides overseas with strategic asset acquisitions. It was particularly known for its ambitious purchases in Hong Kong's property market, one of the most expensive real estate markets globally. For instance, in 2015, Huarong purchased a piece of waterfront land in Kai Tak for 3.41 billion HKD, or $430 million. This investment reflected its aggressive international growth strategy. In 2016, the company further demonstrated its global ambitions by acquiring a 36-story office building in Hong Kong for approximately 6.5 billion HKD, $838 million. The deal underscored Huarong's aggressive approach, with the company outbidding several other international entities. This strategic acquisition allowed Huarong to establish a more prominent presence in Hong Kong's financial district. Huarong's global presence extended beyond real estate. The company expanded its portfolio by acquiring shares in various companies worldwide. Notably, it invested in several tech companies, including an Italian 3D printing firm, marking Huarong's first significant foray into the tech sector. These acquisitions underline the company's strategy of diversification and international expansion. Despite these impressive achievements, Huarong's growth strategy was not without its flaws. Its aggressive expansion was largely funded through significant borrowing, creating a precarious financial situation that left the company vulnerable to market fluctuations. This, combined with the corruption scandal involving Lai Xiaomin, would ultimately expose the inherent risks of Huarong's aggressive growth strategy and cast a shadow over its remarkable ascent. Huarong Asset Management's ascent was abruptly halted when an underlying scandal began to surface. The company's chairman, Lai Xiaomin, came under suspicion in 2018. Known for his dynamic leadership and ambitious growth strategies, Lai was initially praised for transforming Huarong from a distressed asset manager into a diversified financial conglomerate. However, beneath the rapid expansion and the veneer of success lay a precarious reality. The company's growth was largely fueled by significant borrowing, a strategy that placed Huarong on a shaky financial foundation. This strategy, coupled with allegations of corruption, set the stage for what would become one of the most significant scandals in China's financial history. As part of President Xi Jinping's widespread anti-corruption initiative, the Chinese government began investigating Lai's activities. The probe would unveil an alarming web of corruption at the highest level of the company's management. Lai was accused of serious offenses, including bribery, embezzlement, and abuse of power, casting a shadow over the corporation's previous achievements. The findings of the investigation were staggering. Lai was discovered to have accepted over $1 billion in bribes, with a significant portion of this illicit money stashed in an apartment that media dubbed the cash flat. This made Lai's case one of the largest corruption scandals ever exposed in China's financial sector. Furthermore, Lai was found guilty of bigamy, having lived with women other than his wife and fathered illegitimate children, a crime in China. He was also charged with nepotism as he used his influential position to secure jobs and benefits for his associates. As the scale of Lai's misconduct came to light, shockwaves rippled through the financial sector. The company's shares took a steep dive as investor confidence eroded. Huarong's bonds, widely held by international investors, also suffered. The fallout from the scandal was so severe that it even sparked fears of a potential systemic risk to the global financial system. Following the scandal, Huarong was left in a precarious state. The company's aggressive growth strategy had been exposed as fundamentally flawed and unsustainable. The scandal not only signaled the end of a period of uncontrolled expansion for Huarong, but also marked the beginning of a new, challenging era filled with financial instability and uncertainty. Huarong's crisis hit its zenith when the company failed to publish its 2020 financial results by the March 31, 2021 deadline. This triggered unease among investors, causing a steep drop in its offshore bonds due to fears of a potential default. The prolonged silence from Huarong only escalated these anxieties, unsettling global markets as investors worldwide braced for the worst. As China's largest bad debt manager with extensive connections to global financial institutions, Huarong's stability was a matter of international concern. After weeks of uncertainty, Huarong finally disclosed a staggering $15.9 billion loss for the 2020 fiscal year in August 2021. The news underscored the severe financial mismanagement within the company and highlighted the risks associated with its convoluted business structure. Combined with the preceding corruption scandal, it painted a grim picture of a company in crisis. Confronted with this predicament, China's central government found itself in a difficult situation. It had to balance the need to show firm action against corruption while ensuring financial stability. They were aware that Huarong's collapse could trigger a significant financial disruption both domestically and globally. The government ultimately chose to interfere, unveiling a restructuring plan that reportedly involved a takeover by the Ministry of Finance and an injection of fresh capital. However, this was not a simple bailout. The authorities also announced comprehensive changes to Huarong's business model and governance to prevent a similar crisis in the future. As part of the restructuring, Huarong was mandated to focus on its core function of managing bad debts. This meant withdrawing from the risky and opaque ventures that had contributed to its downfall under Lai Xiaoming. Furthermore, Huarong was to strengthen its risk management systems and increase transparency, aiming to restore faith among investors and regulators. Despite the apparent need for government intervention, critics argued that by bailing out Huarong, the government risked promoting a moral hazard, a scenario where firms feel emboldened to take excessive risks, confident they will be rescued if things go wrong. However, the immediate need for financial stability outweighed the potential long-term consequences of fostering such a belief. The future of Huarong, a linchpin in China's financial system, was shrouded in uncertainty. The question of whether the government would let it crumble kept financial experts worldwide on tenterhooks. The answer came in the form of an immense $6.6 billion bailout from the Chinese government and other state-owned corporations. This action was aimed at stabilizing Huarong's capital structure and restoring investor confidence. It signaled a significant shift in China's strategy for managing risks in its financial system and marked the end of an era for unrestrained management and risky investment strategies. The new rule of the game was accountability. The Huarong saga highlights the inherent risks within China's financial sector. It draws attention to the challenges that the Chinese government faces in managing these risks while maintaining financial stability. For the international community, it underscores the interconnectedness of global financial systems and the potential worldwide implications of the future of a single firm. The Huarong crisis has had profound implications for China's financial landscape. It underscored the dangers of aggressive and opaque business practices and the devastating impact of corruption on corporate governance. The event served as a wake-up call for China's financial regulators, prompting them to tighten oversight over the sector. Perhaps the most critical takeaway from the Huarong crisis is the emphasis it placed on the stability of the financial system. It demonstrated that even powerful and well-connected institutions could falter if they engaged in reckless risk-taking. This incident underscored the need for robust governance and risk management practices across the entire financial system. Finally, the crisis highlighted the Chinese government's commitment to preserving financial stability, even if it required direct market intervention. The rescue of Huarong sent a clear message to domestic and international investors that the government would step in when needed to mitigate systemic risk. But anyway, do let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.